Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Coach Grossman Dynasty here on NCAA 14, featuring that college football revamp, of course. We are out here, man. We are taking on a team that might be overrated, man. I'm not going to lie to you guys. They are ranked number 7 in the country, despite the fact that they're only 5-4, 3-3 in conference play. They might not make a bowl game if they are not careful, but they got that number 7 ranking anyways. We are, of course, number 1 in the country, A+ across the board, and Lee Corso is going to be rocking with us, but I mean, they got a solid team on the other side. A+ offense, A- defense. I think they have like an A+ overall ranking. They've just really been inconsistent. So I don't know how this Texas A&M game is going to go, but either way, I want to go ahead and take care of business. And hopefully we can do that here in this episode. And yeah, man, that being said, I hope you guys are certainly excited for it. If you are, make sure you go ahead, smash that like button, hit subscribe as well if you do happen to be brand new. And with that, I'll see you guys on the field, taking on the Aggies of Texas A&M. Let's get it. So let's go ahead and get things officially underway against the number 7 team in all of college football, Texas A&M. They are going to start with the football where Anthony Bush gets the carry and nearly picks up that first down. It puts him just about 40 yards away from a 1,000-yard season. So a big achievement on the cusp. We'll have to wait and see if he ends up getting it or not. But Texas A&M is driving down this field relatively quickly. They are not playing any games whatsoever today. And it's another 1st and 10. Allen going to hand it off to Bush again and finds just enough of a crease. It nearly picks up yet another first down. Great start for Anthony Bush, as it now makes it 2nd and short. And I would be shocked. Oh, they actually are passing the football. Allen going to try to scramble with it and will actually pick up the first down. Jared Allen with the quarterback scramble. And now's chilling in the red zone and looking to score some points. 3rd down as Allen looks to drop back on 3rd and 7 and finds Javon White for the first down. A gain of 9. And now a goal line situation. Oklahoma, we need to come through and make a stop. 3rd and goal. Going to send the blitz, but they send a halfback draw. And we got so lucky. But that was not a face mask. We did force them to go ahead and settle for a field goal. But we will jump into later into this first quarter as both teams, we're kind of feeling each other out, man. We're a little bit of a slower start than what we may be typically accustomed to. But Andrew Smith with a little bit of a spark for us as a 31-yard kick return gives us our very best field position of this game so far. We start inside the 40-yard line, and now our offense is going to work. And you know how you get an offense going? You start with getting that ground game going a little bit. Jeremy Givens gets his first carry. It's almost a first down, which we will end up picking up with our main man, Aaron Atkins, who gets his first catch of the day. We are also sitting in the red zone right now where we hand it off to Aaron Atkins, and definitely some really tough running that we experienced right there. But a 5-yard gain is going to set us up for 2nd and 5 as Royal hands it off to Jeremy Givens. He fumbles the football, and Texas A&M is going to recover it. Oh my goodness. So a real opportunity to, at the very least, tie this game up, right? But instead, we literally fumble the bag, and we do not come away with any points. So we are now still trailing 3-0 as we try to run things back once again. Texas A&M was not able to do anything on their very next possession. So here we go, 2nd and 10, trying to make something happen this time. Looking over the middle, and we overthrew him. I was looking for, I believe it was Jeremy Tate down the seam, and the overthrow makes it an easy interception for Sheldon White. And listen, like, this offense, man, our offense is having some struggles. We are down horrendous on that side of the ball, but despite that, we are still in this game. So let's see if we can pick things up a little bit here in the second quarter, as we played a quarter of football, man, and we still have not scored in this game whatsoever. Not even a field goal to our name so far today. So let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and change that, as we're going to try to run a triple option here. Texas A&M sends the blitz, and Ryan Gordon able to find the crease, the fullback, coming through and making a solid run, man. You love to see it, man, especially when the fullback gets a little bit of action. Definitely the ugly duckling of the offense, but still gets a little bit of love occasionally, of course. Is now 1st and 10. Got looks like 8 to 9 people in the box. We're still going to run it, and still picking up a really good gain. A 7-yard run for Jeremy Givens. Despite the fact that there were 9 guys in the box, man, you love to see it. And when you can spread the ball like that and still run the ball when there's 8 to 9 guys in the box, man, you could do anything. Anything is possible. You know, as Kevin Garnett would say, as we are now back in Texas A&M territory once again. I think this is like our 3rd time today, but that hasn't led to success, though. We'll see if the 3rd time is the charm, though, as Sean Albert is going to make the catch off of the curl pattern. And now we find ourselves in the red zone. 3rd and 10 as Royal drops back. He's looking to the right. He's got a man in the corner, but doesn't put enough air on the football. That's our 3rd turnover of the day. Carlos Williams climbed the ladder to get that interception. And the 3rd time today that we were in Texas A&M territory. Not only do we not get any points, but we also turned the ball over. And this is Texas A&M team. I think they're not going to give us too many more breaks, man. Huge run down the side. Anthony Bush, 41-yard run, by the way. That does end up giving him 1,000 yards on the season. And now in our territory, we need our defense to make a play over the middle of the field. We force some pressure, and it's intercepted. Nick Alexander trying to bring it back and gets it across the 30-yard line. And oh my goodness, we needed that in the worst way possible, man. Like, we were down bad. You know, all the turnovers, all the points that have not been scored this entire time, you know, like, it's not been a good look for your boy. But we got that turnover, and maybe that'll give us our mojo back. We'll just have to wait and see, as we will run it with Jeremy Givens, who does have that fumble so far, but when he's not fumbling the football, man, he's doing a good job with it. 6 yards a carry. That's what we need for some championship level football. As Royal also facing pressure, and oh, we almost threw a pick right there. Really nobody open necessarily, and it almost cost us with our 4th turnover of the day. So let's see if we can get ourselves right here as we try again on 3rd and 7. And they sent the blitz, but this time one of our receivers do get open, and Maurice Royal sees it. A 27-yard catch for Jeremy Tate. And I haven't been liking what I've been seeing from my offense, so I am going to go no huddle, even though I may not usually do that with how the offense has performed, but we need a spark here, and we need it now. 2nd and 6. Looking, trying to get it out to Jeremy Tate, and he cannot get himself into the end zone. So we do have to go ahead, call that 2nd timeout. And now 3rd and short. Going to call on that ugly duckling, the fullback, Ryan Gordon, who finds the end zone, baby. Touchdown, Sooners. Finally able to find the end zone. Talk to me, my guy. And we are going into the locker room. An incredibly close game. Usually don't see that in our games, man. You know, we're all about offense over here, but it's the defense showing out. Only up by 4. So now we go ahead and jump into the second half of play as we do kick things off. Andrew Smith going to take the kick return. As Andrew Smith, he finds a little bit of a crease, taking it down the sideline, and he's going to be caught. But that being said, like what I saw there, get some good field position to start. Now let's see if we can do something with it. As we actually have to scramble out of the pocket, and we just threw it up there, and Jeremy Tate, thankfully, you know, he understood what the assignment was when those scramble drills come through, man, and he did his job. And it's now inside the 35-yard line as Jeremy Gibbons finds a hole. Not the end zone, but inside the 10-yard line. Here comes the Sooners, looking for our second touchdown of the game. Is this it? Royal looking to attack the end zone. He stays on his feet and finds the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And the Sooners ride again. 14-3 lead. It's our biggest lead of the day for either squad. Now we go ahead and really put this pressure on Texas A&M, down by multiple scores for the very first time today. Maybe we could use that as a springboard to go ahead and really start pulling away here. First, I'm trying to get that free and out, see if we can get it on 3rd and 2, but we have a wide butt naked open receiver down the middle of the field, and it was Jerome Smith that made that catch. So extends the drive a little bit longer as Allen will throw to his left. He has another receiver. It's Javon White. It's the Javon White show here on this drive. We'll see if they go to him a 3rd time on this 3rd down opportunity. As Allen looking 3rd and 12, but look who gets there. Matt Berg off the edge as he just uses his leverage, drives the offensive lineman back, and gets the huge hit to finish the play off. You love to see it. So we do end up forcing Texas A&M to settle for another field goal, but it does make it a 1-possession game. So I feel like 14 points probably is not going to be enough to win this game. So we've got to make sure we continue to add on to this scoreboard. Make those scoreboard operators earn their salary for this game, right? So first we got to get this 3rd and long, though. Going to call wide receiver quick. They're keying in on an inside run, but Albert takes it to the outside. He's got some open space and does get himself across midfield. A gain of 12. Haven't called one of those in a little bit. We can keep the drive going because of it, and we'll see if we can do what it takes to get another score on the board. Royal under shotgun. He's looking over the middle, finds Jeremy Tate, makes one man miss, and surprisingly makes the second guy miss as well, as Jeremy Tate able to pick up another 1st down. Definitely well earned as well. Is now 1st and 10 again, outside of that maroon zone. We got Andrew Smith in the backfield. See what this backup tailback can do. Clean blocking up ahead. He's going to find forward and does end up getting met up by one of the secondary pieces for Texas A&M, but an 8-yard gain puts us in a 2nd and short. We try to go play action, but we don't even have the time to make a read. Like, give my man a little bit of time to do something, you know? You absolutely hate to see it. Or we can just completely forget how to block as well. As Strickland, I'm pretty sure, yeah, he just went right past our offensive lineman. So, okay, so here we go, man. Coordinators want to go for it here on 4th down. We'll see if we can get it, man, but we haven't been that great on offense today, so we'll see what happens as we throw for it, but it's incomplete. So we turn the ball over on downs, and y'all, we got ourselves a little bit of a game right now, man. One possession game going into the fourth quarter, a game that, dare I say it, we might potentially lose. Oh my goodness, that would be just, even though it is a Texas A&M and they are ranked number 7, like they're 5-4 though. Like I feel like they are still a tad bit overrated, even though we aren't necessarily taking care of business. But that being said, another first down for Anthony Bush. He's been the centerpiece of his offense. That's still trying to find the end zone. Bush running to the left. He's got a little bit of space to work with and finds himself a gain of 5. Inching himself closer to a 100-yard game in this one. It's a little top 10 classic. As they throw again, this time to Smith. And Smith gets them across the 50-yard line. Here we go, fellas. 1 quarter left to play. We're only up 14-6. Let's get those 4s up in the chat, in the comments, man. Let's see if we can pull this one out so that we can remain undefeated. All right, so we got our work cut out for us here as we got a 3rd and long. Defense need to come through here now. We'll see if they got it. As they run the halfback draw. Wow, that is some audacity to run a draw like that. And then to follow that up with punting the ball over to us. Like, I mean, thank you, first of all. But, man, that is bold. They must really be relying on their defense, man. They must really be very high on them if they are just willing to punt the ball over to us. They don't know what we are. We got to give them a chance to remind them of that. As we got a 2nd and 4 coming. Royal looks right. Got Sean Albert. Sean Albert makes a man miss. And now it's a foot race. And he gets caught from behind. But one of our bigger plays of the day, man. Let's go. Now let's see if we can get some big plays stringed together. And how about that for a big play? Nick Andrews hanging on and making a catch, baby. Let's go, man. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Looking for the dagger. And oh, if he was open a little bit longer, that was going to be a touchdown. My man B was wide butt naked open. But, hey, it is what it is sometimes. As we will get ourselves into a goal line spot eventually. We'll see if we can finish things out here. 1st and goal. Got Sean Albert all by himself. And look at this, Sean Albert. He wins the route. And no surprises here, man. My man's a damn near 99 overall. Why are you not double teaming this, man? He is a... Oh, that's right. Because we got receivers all across the board. You can't double team. And it's an easy touchdown throw. And now 21-6. And we did force Texas A&M to punt on their last drive, but now they got to go and try to go for it here on 4th down, I imagine, as Jared Allen takes a sack. Brent Thomas gets in there and blows it up. Now time of the essence. Bush looks left, gets it out to Smith, and do we just give him a free 1st down? Oh my goodness. Yes, we freaking did. Eric Smith gets called for the face mask penalty. And it's an automatic 1st down. So instead of it being at least 3rd down, and that could have been a touchdown if that dude had some arm. Like, look at this. I usually don't show replays like right after this, but he was literally all by himself. And Jared Allen just didn't have the arm to make that a touchdown. But still a really big play regardless. As now, with play action, looking around, going to get it to the left-hand side, and gets it to Javon White once more. 12-yard gain on the play, and it's a 1st down. Here comes Texas A&M. Allen looks over the middle, finds Javon White once more, and it's going to be 3rd and short incoming for the Aggies. They need this 1st down in the worst way. 3rd and short. Looks like it's going to be a run play to the left, but a tight end in motion and moves to the right. And that's where they run the ball to, but we had guys over there, and we were ready for the pitch to the right. And we forced that 4th down, and this could make things very problematic for Texas A&M. Needing this 4th down. Allen looking, but Williams doesn't reach the 1st down marker. And Derek Williams looking around, he is just absolutely beside himself. And we were able to go ahead and take the rest of the time off the clock. We get to go into something that I don't use very often. We go into the victory formation as we get out of here, man. Ugly win. Very ugly win for sure. But we take care of business nonetheless. We do end up winning by a final score of 21-6. It was not a good day at the office for our offense. Alright, boys, so I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that was just felt like a low energy effort, right? Like we did win the game, right? But it just felt like it was far from our very best game, right? I mean, we had 3 turnovers that all seemed to take place in or near the red zone, right? So it was not a good performance for us, yet we found a way at the same time to beat the number 7 team in college football. Now, maybe it's because as I'm recording this, I am a little bit under the weather, so if you hear a little difference in my voice, that's kind of why. But hey, we still managed to find a way to win the game. Definitely love to see that. And it was even despite the fact that Maurice Royal did not have that good of a performance. 18 for 25, 221 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. That does bring his interception count up to 9 on the season. But Jeremy Givens did end up carrying the load for this offense today. Ended up 152 yards on the ground. Yes, he did end up fumbling it, which is a little bit of a concern. But, I mean, Maurice Royal did find the end zone on the ground. And then Ryan Gordon also found the end zone. Our fullback got a couple of carries on the day and managed to pick up those 8 yards to get into the end zone. You'll love to see that fullback deep dive really coming into effect. Fullback U over here in Oklahoma. But again, I mean, the receivers, didn't get a lot of love today because, I mean, Maurice Royal he was a little bit off today. I mean, I'm gonna have to be 100% real with you guys. He was off in this game. Sean Albert did end up with the sole touchdown grab. He ended up with 5 catches for 70 yards. But it was Jeremy's day today. He ended up with 7 catches for 93 yards. No one else really stood out, either with 2 catches or just a 1 catch. Ryan Gordon ended up with a drop. Now, on the defensive side of football, our defense really stood up for us here today because offensively, we just did not have it, right? Like, 21 points is well below our average, but they shut it down. Not a single touchdown allowed in the whole game. I love seeing that kind of effort from our defense. As Eric Gunn led the way in tackles today, he ended up with 8 tackles and 4 TFLs, with Nick Alexander probably being the defensive player of the game. 7 tackles, 3 TFLs, had a sack, and our sole turnover on the day. He also managed to get a forced fumble on top of it, which he did not recover. No one did. But Nick Alexander was all over the field and really helped this defense out, especially in terms of getting to his quarterback. Besides Alexander, also had 4 sacks. Matt Berg had a couple of sacks. Marcus Johnson had a sack. And then Brett Thomas did end up with a sack as well. So definitely things that I really like seeing. And because it's the defense's reason why we are still undefeated and should retain that #1 ranking. So while we were moving ourselves forward into the next week, we did end up signing a few players. Justin McDonald and Daniel Thomas does end up joining the fold. We end up signing a couple commits for our program. Some other guys going to other schools, but guys that we're not necessarily worried about. And we're still in the running for Ty Presley and Carlos Smith, which are 2 things that I really did care about the most. But next time out, though, we will go on the road. We are taking on, that was actually our senior day. That was something that I completely forgot about. Again, oh boy, we are under the weather, man. We are struggling, but I'm bringing that content for you guys. Next time that I'm bringing this series out, we are going on a border war trip. We are taking on the Missouri Tigers, who are scrambling to get the bowl eligibility. They are 5-5 on the year. We are, of course, #1 in the country. Hoping that we can play a little bit better than what we did today. Because, only scoring 21 points, we're not going to always get away with that. We got to play better moving forward, and I'm hoping that we can do just that. But with that being said, that is going to wrap things up here. I hope you enjoyed the content. It means the world to me that you support this channel. If you want to support that channel in a more personal way, you can go ahead, smash that like button, hit subscribe as well if you do happen to be brand new to the channel. And with that, this is John J Gaming on the mic signing off. I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one.